What did you see from Steven in that game when you guys went back and watched? From Steven?
When I saw him where?
In film from the City State game? I mean, it was probably not one of his best games.
It was not one of his better games, but again, it's people, it's always, you know, everybody together. And that's why you win and you lose together. We, you know, it comes down to protection, it comes down to making competitive plays for him. You know, even on the interception, there was some miscommunication, you know, by, you know, a mistake by somebody else. Not miscommunication, a mistake, you know, so, you know, it's a lot of, it falls on the shoulderback's shoulders all the time. And Steven, I have no worries that he'll get back to work. He did some good things, but he needs to play better, and he will. You know, we threw the ball a heck of a lot more in that game, and you know, that's, again, that's a recipe that we're 9-1 in the last 18 games when we outrushed the opponent. We're 3-5 when we don't.
Benny and Conrad, are they healthy, or are they just not seeing the ball the way things go in rotation?
Pardon me?
Benny and Conrad, are they healthy?
Yeah, they're healthy. CJ needs to play better. I mean, you know, I think we threw it to him on the second play of the game and he dropped it. So I mean, don't, you know, when you get opportunities, you make them. You know, Benny, the carries was definitely low, but again, I think the game dictated that a bit. You know, like I just mentioned prior to your question, you were probably loaded for your question, but that's not the, you know, that's not the recipe. You know, we all know we need to throw the ball, but you have to be able to run the ball too. We have to have balance. You know, so Benny running the ball and pounding the ball, we need to be more efficient. We're trying to find that, you know that. We need to. We cannot, you know, we're not built to drop back and throw the ball over the yard, and, you know, whether it's protections, catching, you know, all of it, you know, not just the quarterback, just in general, you have to have balance. And 80% of SEC football games are won when you outrush your opponent by 1 yard. Does anybody not understand the importance of that?
Mark,
or do you just need to get into another business?
Mark, some of those obviously dictated by whether or not that's your strength, your forte. It obviously was a year ago with your offensive line. Are you confident that you can still run it that way with this group of offensive line?
Yeah, and that's not to say that, you know, that's not the end all be all. You know, we need to be efficient throwing the ball, and I think we are at times. It's been very good. Steven's been very accurate, and we're leaning on some freshman receivers that aren't, you know, I mean, that's not a business you want to be involved in all the time. You know, so we need to find that balance and you know, have some sort of physicality about us. So yeah, we haven't been as efficient as we need to be. You know, do we feel certain we can find that? Yeah, I mean, we have to be more efficient than we've been. And you know, there's no excuses. We just got to get better in a lot of areas. And running it and having some balance is critically important. That opens up some of our RPOs and throws and things like that. Because even in this past game, we missed some RPOs where we handed it when we should have thrown it. You know, and those are some of the plays maybe that go to the tight end as well, and other receivers where we're just a little bit off.
So do you think your players are on board with that philosophy too? One of those social media posts was basically, we should throw at the ball more and we'd be better.
Nice try. Nice try. We'll all be on board after today's meeting.